They are murdering all the young men. For half a century now, every day, they have hunted them down and killed them. They are killing them now, at this minute, all over the world. They are killing the young men. They know 10,000 ways to kill them. Every year they invent new ones in the jungles of Africa, in the marshes of Asia, in the deserts of Asia, in the slave pens of Siberia, in the slums of Europe, in the nightclubs of America. The murderers are at work. They are stoning Stephen. They are casting him forth from every city in the world, under the welcome sign, under the rotary emblem, on the highway in the suburbs. His body lies under the hurling stone. He was full of faith and power. He did great wonders among the people. They could not stand against his wisdom. They could not bear the spirit with which he spoke. He cried out in the name of the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness. They were cut to the heart. They gnashed against him with their teeth. They cried out with a loud voice. They stopped their ears. They ran on him with one accord. They cast him out of the city and stoned him. The witnesses laid down their clothes at the feet of a man whose name was your name, you. You are the murderer. You are killing the young men. You are broiling Lawrence on his gridiron. When you demanded he divulge the hidden treasures of the Spirit, he showed you the poor. You set your heart against him. You seized him and bound him with rage. You roasted him on a slow fire. His fat dripped and spurted in the flame. The smell was sweet to your nose. He cried out, I am cooked on this side. Turn me over and eat. You, eat of my flesh. You are murdering the young men. You are shooting Sebastian with arrows. He kept the faithful steadfast under persecution. First you shot him with arrows. Then you beat him with rods. Then you threw him in a sewer. You fear nothing more than courage. You who turn away your eyes at the bravery of the young men. You, the hyena with polished face and bow tie, in the office of $1 billion corporation devoted to service, the vulture dripping with carrion, carefully and carelessly robed in imported tweeds, lecturing on the age of abundance, the jackal in double-breasted gabardines, barking by remote control in the United Nations, the vampire bat seated at the couch head, notebook in hand, toying with his decerebrator, the autonomous, ambulatory cancer, the superego in 1,000 uniforms, you, the finger man of the behemoth, the murderer of the young men. What happened to Robinson, who used to stagger down 8th Street, dizzy with solitary gin, where his masters who crouched in his law office for ruinous decades, where is Leonard who thought he was a locomotive, and Lindsay, wise as a dove, innocent as a serpent, where is he? Timor mortis conturbat me. What became of Jim Oppenheim? Lola Ridge alone in an icy furnished room. Oric Johns hopping into the surf on his one leg. Eleanor Wiley, who leaped like Kierkegaard. Sarah Teasdale, where is she? Timor mortis conturbat me. Where is George Sterling, that tame fawn? Phelps Putnam, who stole away? Jack Wheelwright, who couldn't cross the bridge? Donald Evans with his cane and monocle, where is he? Timor mortis conturbat me. John Gould Fletcher, who could not unbreak his powerful heart. Bodenheim, butchered in stinking squalor. Edna Millay, who took her last straight whiskey. Genevieve, who loved so much, where is she? Timor mortis conturbat me. Harry, who didn't care at all. Hart, who went back to the sea. Timor mortis conturbat me. Where is Saul Fanaroff? What happened to Potemkin? Isidore Schneider? Claude McKay, Connie Cullen, Lowenfeld, what animates them today? Timor mortis conturbat me. Where is Ezra, that noisy man? Where is Larson, whose poems were prayers? Where is Charles Schneider, that gentle, bitter boy? Carnivale, what became of him? Carol, who was so beautiful, where is she? Timor mortis conturbat me. Was her end noble and tragic, like the mask of a tyrant, like Agamemnon's secret golden face? Indeed it was not. Up all night in the foxhole, bemused and beaten, bleeding at the rectum, in his pocket a review by the one colleague he respected. If he really means what these poems pretend to say, he has only one way out. Into the hot, acrid Caribbean sun. Into the acrid, transparent, smoky sea. or another, lice in his armpits and crotch, garbage littered on the floor, gray, greasy rags on the bed. I killed them because they were dirty, stinking communists. I should get a medal. Again, another. Simenon foretold his end at a glance. I dare you to pull the trigger. She shut her eyes and spilled gin over her dress. The pistol wobbled in his hand. It took them hours to die. Another threw herself downstairs and broke her back. It took her years. Two put their heads underwater in the bath and filled their lungs. Another threw himself under the traffic of a crowded bridge. Another jumped from a balcony and broke her neck. Another soaked herself in gasoline and ran blazing into the street and lived on in custody. One made love only once to a beggar woman. He died years later of syphilis of the brain and spine. 15 years of pain and poverty while his mind leaked away. One tried 3 times in 20 years to drown himself. The last time he succeeded. One turned on the gas when she had no more food, no more money, and only half a lung. One went up to Harlem, took on 30 men, came home and cut her throat. One sat up all night talking to H.L. Mencken and drowned himself in the morning. How many stopped writing at 30? How many went to work for time? How many died of prefrontal lobotomies in the Communist Party? How many are lost in the back wards of provincial madhouses? How many, on the advice of their psychoanalysts, decided a business career was best after all? How many are hopeless alcoholics? René Crével, Jacques Rigaud, Antonin Artaud, Mayakovsky, Essaynin, Robert Desnos, Saint-Paul Roux, Max Jacob, all over the world, the same disembodied hand strikes us down. Here is a mountain of death, a hill of heads like the Khans piled up, the firstborn of a century, slaughtered by Herod. 3 generations of infants stuffed on the maw of Moloch. He is dead. The bird of Rhiannon. He is dead. In the winter of the heart. He is dead. companions of death. They found him dumb at last, in the blizzard of lies. He never spoke again. He died. He is dead. In their antiseptic hands, he is dead. The little spellbinder of Cadaridris, he is dead. The Sparrow of Cardiff, he is dead. The Canary of Swansea, who killed him? Who killed the bright-headed bird? You did. You son of a bitch. You drowned him in your cocktail brain. He fell down and died in your synthetic heart. You killed him. Oppenheimer, the million killer. You killed him. Einstein, the gray eminence. You killed him. Havana, Havana, with your Nobel Prize. You killed him. General, through the proper channels. He confessed in open court to a pince-nez skull. You shot him in the back of the head as he stumbled in the last cellar. You killed him. Benign lady on the postage stamp. He was found dead at a liberal weekly luncheon. He was found dead on the cutting room floor. He was found dead at a Time Policy conference. The editor killed him with a telegram to the Pope. Mademoiselle strangled him with a padded brassiere. Old Possum sprinkled him with a T-ball. After the wolves were done, Nevada-sides crawled off with his bowels to their classrooms and quarterlies. When the news came over the radio, you personally rose up shouting, "Give us Barabbas!" In your lonely crowd, you swept over him. Your custom-built brogans and your ballet slippers pummeled him to death in the gritty street. You hit him with an album of Hindemith. You stabbed him with stainless steel by Isamu Noguchi. He is dead. He is dead. Like Ignacio the bullfighter. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon. At precisely 4 o'clock. I too do not want to hear it. I too do not want to know it. I want to run into the street, shouting, "Remember Vanzetti!" I want to pour gasoline down your chimney. I want to blow up your galleries. I want to burn down your editorial offices. I want to slit the bellies of your frigid women. I want to sink your sailboats and launches. I want to strangle your children at their finger paintings. I want to poison your Afghans and poodles. He is dead. The little drunken sheriff. He is dead. The effulgent tub thumper. He is dead. The ever-living birds are not singing. To the head of bronze, the seabirds are still over Bardsey of 10,000 saints. The underground men are not singing on their way to work. There is a smell of blood in the smell of the turf smoke. They have struck him down, the son of Dochivot Gwilym. They have murdered him, the baby of Taliesin. There he lies dead by the iceberg of the United Nations. There he lies sandbagged at the foot of the Statue of Liberty. The Gulf Stream smells of blood as it breaks on the sands of Iona and the blue rocks of Carnarvon. And all the birds of the deep sea rise up over the luxury liners and scream. You killed him. You killed him in your goddamn Brooks Brothers suit, you son of a bitch.